Ben doesn't actually do any crimes. He's got underlings to go around and do all of that stuff. So what? He should always get away scot-free.
But he does, doesn't he?
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. Well, this is why you don't. This is why you don't become an accomplice, mate. You got to be the kingpin.
I always wonder about that. You know, like when, like that couple, they get getting so deep into. I always think, surely before they get that way, they'll be like, "I'm going to fake my." No, you're not.
Exactly.
We'll get a better job, and then let's try and get out of this debt.
But listen, see, imagine if they did have that conversation, and I think they probably did, because there was something about he'd said it to her in exactly the same way that the scheme worked out. And then all of a sudden he disappears. It's like, okay, we didn't agree to it, but he's already doing it. So yeah, you already press play on that plan.
But still, can you imagine your partner just being like, "Oh, okay, well we're gonna have to go." No, I'm sure yours and mine definitely would just be like, "No, what are you doing? Get out of the cupboard next door."
Exactly.
Sell that house next door. Why you got a house next door? Sell that house. What are you doing?
Jokes. But yeah, so that was him faking his death, and just kind of screwed it up at the end, because
they always
there was a lot of luck involved, and they were getting away with it. If that law in Panama, too ambitious, exactly. Yeah. If that law in Panama hadn't changed, then they would just be in Panama living it up with a hotel, with a canoe hotel.
Why? Yeah, exactly. If they just went to Panama and just lived off the land there.
Yeah, and forgot about the hotel thing. They would have been fine.
Yeah.
But you have some crazy amnesia plan.
In a
That's
way,
something straight out of a movie, mate.
But in a way, that kind of idea.
Yeah.
I think you want to get caught. I think he wanted to get caught.
For what reason? They were living it up in Panama, mate.
Living a lie, mate. Living a lie is never good. Living a lie is never good, mate.
Yeah, but it was live the lie or debt and go bankrupt. And once you live the lie, he was now at the peak of the lie. He wasn't living in the fucking cupboard anymore, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was living in a nice place.
But I don't know. I think still, you will still think of home, and you will still miss. You know, like the whenever there's like who's that train robbery? The famous guy. Like he lived in like Brazil.
Money Briggs or something like this.
Yeah, he lived in Brazil for like all of his life.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like, "I want to go home. I just want to go home."
I know that, but it took him more than 5 years to get to that stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 5 years is just travelling around the world, mate. 5 years is travelling around the world.
If you got that money, I suppose, but
230 grand.
You're not thinking about that, though, are
you? Yeah.
Well,
do you know what actually?
That's ridiculous, mate.
Do you know what actually reminded me about that story? I'd heard. Who's the most famous faked death you've heard of? Or you can recall?
You're not going to say Tupac.
Of course, mate. Tupac. I heard recently.
Dead.
I heard recently that, mate, I did my time and I waited my 7 years for Tupac to come out of hiding from faking.
I thought you were doing a Tupac rap there. Oh, sorry, what? I'm just going to let you perform there.
And I waited 7 years, and he never came out. Yeah, it was meant to be the 7 year theory or the 7 year plan, whatever it was.
But why is that? Did he say that in his
some Machiavelli. He called himself Machiavelli, and Machiavelli was famous for faking his death and everything. And
the thing is, though, when you're famous for faking your death, you haven't done a good job.
Oh, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, if it's after the fact, then
wait a minute, didn't Tupac die in a drive-by and then?
Well, there's lots of suspicions around that.
What? Who was that body then? Not a lot of people saw
the body. So who were the witnesses of the body? And then...
and yet you'll believe that Bin Laden's dead, will you?
Well, there you go. I never said I believed it.
Tupac's not dead.
Mate, 7 years. And then I waited another 7 years so to make it 14 years. Still didn't re-emerge. I kind of gave up then. But I heard something the other day that apparently it was meant to be like a 23-year plan.
Here we go.
And he's been living in Cuba, and he's going to come back next year. And I'm like, we're just going to do this forever?
Yeah.
We're just going to be waiting for Tupac forever? And have new stories?
46 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, all of his... Well, it's still going to have his rapping ability, but come on, you've been off the shop for too long now.
And also, surely it'd be done for fraud as well.
Yeah, there's that as well.
And as he comes, it's like, oh, what about Indonesia for all these times?
Exactly.
Oh,
No, but hold on. He might not get done for fraud unless like he's benefited or like his.
All those songs that came out after he died.
No, that's fine. Why can't your business continue to go on?
Because then that was...
If he didn't claim some insurance, then that was a fraud. But you releasing songs and saying that saying you're already dead, that's not fraud, mate.
So why is he not dead, but Biggie Smalls is dead?
I think it's harder for Biggie to hide.
That's sizist.
Yeah,
that's body shaming.
Yeah,
man.
body shaming.
Tupac was quite skinny.
You know what it is? Only because Tupac had all that talk about faking death and all of that beforehand. Biggie spoke about being ready to die and all of this kind of stuff, but never really spoke about I'll go into hiding and just come back out again.
Yeah, doesn't mean that he did it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do you know lots of people that believe?
Well, for the 7-year run, I knew lots of people that were involved.
It sounds like a religion.
It does.
Are they like pack?
For the 7-year run, loads of people. Well, I'll say there was quite a few people.
Impact we trust.
Everything after that, you look crazy if you're still saying you're waiting for Tupac to come back.
No, and you don't believe. Your faith is weak.
Mate.
Impact we trust. Have you seen that film, The Hate You Give?
Oh, I've still not seen it.
Because they talk about Tupac like he's like a prophet.
Yeah.
Like Pac says.
Yeah.
Pac said, it's really weird. Like, okay.
No, he had lots of social insights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was quite astute with his insight. He had wisdom, mate.
Yeah.
So apart from the music,
I could understand like you want something to live on because you believe in their work, but he was a drive-by.
Now, see, this is the thing though. Here's one of the things about the drive-by, that if Suge Knight was sat right next to him, how comes he didn't have any bullets in him? Do you know what I mean? The door was shut, so all of those bullets would have gone into this one guy, and none of them would have hit the guy.
Because they knew where he was sitting there, right?
Mate, have you actually seen like a drive-by? There's no precision to what they're doing. Yeah, it's like spray and keep it moving.
Yeah, but that's an amateur thing. Like if it was a
see, now you're going to the other side where it's the CIA.
No, mate. There's lots of people that come out of the army and they've got nothing to do. You know, they're trained at shooting a gun. Like I'm sure there will like people that come back to their area and be like, I don't know what to do, and then someone goes, well, I'll give you.
But I've got this gun.
I'll give you this much money if you do what you're trained to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but I do know. I have heard that people think he faked his death because of the album. Yeah.
But then there's plenty of other. Well, what album are you talking about? What you said beforehand. Yeah. But you know he's released more albums after his death than before.
Yeah, but it was that Machiavelli one where he does all the references.
Yeah. As in, he had a whole series of albums called Machiavelli 1, Machiavelli 2.
Oh, right. I didn't know about that. Okay.
Most of them came out afterwards.
Yeah.
And supported the theory.
I just remember the cassette tape that my brother had.
There's loads of other celebrities who have apparently faked their death. I don't know how much mileage there was in the rest of them. People say Michael Jackson faked his death because he was in so much debt and he had those 50 performances to do in the O2. And he thought 50? I thought it was 5.
No, that's a lot, man.
But he's the man of many faces.
I remember when
probably hides.
Yeah, that's true. No, you can't hide it. You look like Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, you can't.
No, but he can make himself look like anything. Do you know what I mean?
Michael
He's
Jackson,
like some super spy.
Michael Jackson's a very unique look. Man.
I reckon the looks he could change his looks, but him himself, he's way too eccentric.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi,
I'm Paul Daniels.
Exactly.
I don't know why I said Paul Daniels. That's a real name.
Daniels.
That's a real name. What was I going to say? But yeah, that. Also, I remember when he died.
Yeah.
Lots of my friends had tickets to the concerts, and they were like,
"Oh
man, I missed out on a car, man." I'm like, "Well, he can't help dying. Oh, what's he got to die for?"
Did they get refunds?
I don't know if they did. If they didn't, then yeah, he's alive.
Exactly. Just collected all the money.
No, surely they got their money. They're like, I nearly got to see Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain, like
Again, it's all these people that were very popular,
Yeah.
good at what they did, and people didn't want to let go.
Exactly.
Elvis, they think, died,
Mate,
didn't
I
they?
know.
And he died on a toilet.
Yeah, but then, see, with Elvis, they say that his body didn't look like him. Like, it looked like a wax dummy, or people say it looked like a wax dummy.
People say that because they remember the good years of Elvis.
It's true. It's
at
true.
the end, he was a mess.
Exactly.
So that's why they didn't look like him.
Alright, and then there's some other obvious ones, like Marilyn Monroe. I never knew people thought she'd faked her death.
Really?
Or that her death had been faked for her, and the CIA just didn't want her to become First Lady. It's always the CIA, mate.
They haven't got enough things on their mind. They're like, right, we need to make sure Tupac and Marilyn Monroe are escaped to Cuba.
Exactly. These are the important things, guys.
Yeah, come on.
The agenda for this decade.
Don't worry about terrorism. Tupac.
Kurt Cobain, I read that people think that he is, can't remember this guy's name, the lead, some guy in the band Weezer.
Yeah.
Rivers something. Rivers Kumo.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either.
Weezer, no. Teenage Dirtbag, right?
Yeah, apparently he just is still in the limelight, dressed up as somebody else.
Say it again. What? This
That
guy
Kurt Cobain
is in
has
Weezer.
reinvented himself.
I'm sorry, man. You can't go from Nirvana to Weezer.
Exactly.
But I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
That's what makes the deception so real, mate. You get me? Who would ever think? Who would ever think?
Whoever said that hates Kurt Cobain. That's, you know what? That's like me saying, "Oh, Tupac, he's now
Tupac is Soldier Boy."
yeah, or he's now 6'9".
Yeah,
Tupac is now 6'9". You're like, come on now,
jokes.
That's hilarious.
You know, Soldier Boy released a games console, mate.
Yeah,
he's trying to compete against PlayStation and Xbox with like the Soldier Box or something like this. Is he that
popular?
Well, he's just trying a little business move. I just saw that in the papers yesterday. I was so surprised. I can't imagine that it can be any good, mate.
Well, he sounds a bit better than Weezer, then, mate.
Yeah, is it?
yeah. I think, yeah.
Weezer's on nothing. His one last one. There was one guy who faked his death. Alan Abel, it's his name. He was a prankster from the 70s. Yeah. He used to do all these pranks and everything. And I think one time, he got actors to play his grieving wife and I think like a coroner or something like that.
He got an actor to play his grieving wife, so he didn't have a wife.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. I think this is like people... Anyway, he somehow tricked people with that to think he was dead, and then the New York Times picked up that story, and then, you know, papers and news reference each other. So because it was in the New York Times, everyone else started to print it and said it was real and everything.
Right.
And he's the guy who, I don't know if he held the picture up, but he's the one who came up with the phrase, rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Because like the next day he came on TV.
So it was always going to be a...
Yeah, it was always like a prank rather than, I've got debts to get out of the way of. Do you know what I mean?
The CIA told me to.
Yeah, the CIA told me to.
I had to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
As a shitty teenage...
dirtbag.
No, I was going to say emo band.
Yeah.
Emo band.
And here's one other one that I found. Timothy Dexter. He was like a businessman in America.
Yeah.
Some eccentric guy, mate. Apparently he wrote a book about his life. 8,000 word book. Zero punctuation. Zero punctuation. I don't even understand what the point of that is. But yeah, anyway, that's just kind of to put in your mind a picture of the guy.
Yeah.
And he faked his death because he wanted to know how people would react. Like how people would react to me being dead.
Did everyone just go, the guy with no punctuation?
Yeah. No. As in his personal family and friends. He wanted to know how they would react. Right. So held the funeral and everything. And I don't know if, no, actually, I think he was in the coffin. Because I read... Because I read that he had some really comfortable coffin made for him. So yeah, he must have been hiding in the coffin or something. I don't know what the reveal or the surprise was like, but apparently he didn't see his wife crying. So after the whole thing,
And holding
punched
hands
her.
with someone else. Punched her.
Not punched her, punished her.
All right. Come out of the cupboard. Crying.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.